What's going on, everybody? AV Media 83 here. And today we're going to be covering some current events. I got three stories I want to cover here. Hope everybody's doing all right. It's Monday. Mm, just got off dialysis a few hours ago. And I've been to the store. But I'm still going to cover the news for today. Once again, I hope everybody's doing all right today. What's going on, AL? AL Evans in the building. Well, let me go on and get started with the news today. My first current event is Democrats have a new leader, and a new leader in the House. They're going to be the minority leader, but and for those of you who don't know, Nancy Pelosi retired, and her successor is, believe it or not, a black man. And no, I'm not joking. Her successor is a black man. Believe it or not. His name is. Give me a second. His name is Hakeem Jeffries. This is your new minority leader for the Democrats in the House. Hakeem Jeffries. Now, apparently, the left doesn't really like, based on what I've been reading, the left really doesn't like this dude, and I don't really know. I honestly don't know much about Hakeem Jeffries, but we'll see what he's going to do, especially now that they're in the minority. We're definitely going to see what they're going to do. But yeah, this brother right here, Hakeem Jeffries, is your new minority leader, and I believe he might be the speaker right now, if I'm not mistaken, because Nancy Pelosi stepped down, and this is the dude that's going to take her place. Now, Nancy Pelosi's still in Congress, so that still sucks, but hey, can't have everything. But yeah, Hakeem Jeffries, everybody, is your soon-to-be minority leader after January, of course, after the new year, of course. Now, my next, I'm sure you would love this next topic, AL. Our next topic, we're going to be talking about Deion Sanders. Yes, sir, Deion Sanders. Now, why are we talking about Deion Sanders today? Oh, what's good, Double C? Salute. Why are we talking about Deion Sanders today? Apparently, he's pissed off a whole bunch of black folks. Why, you might ask? Well, he was the coach for I believe it was Jacksonville State and HBCU, and he quit that job and took a job at the University of Colorado. And black folk are running around complaining about this, talking about he sold out, yada yada yada. Um, there's a slight problem with that. First of all, Deion, if I'm not mistaken, Deion Sanders' team was undefeated this season, and his team's got a lot of notoriety since he's been there. And okay, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. But here's the problem with black folk complaining about this. Guess how much they're paying Deion Sanders at Jacksonville State? Want to take a guess? You want to take a guess? Mind you, nobody knew who Jacksonville State was until Deion Sanders became the coach there. But guess guess how much that Jacksonville State was paying him. Anybody want to take a guess? $300,000. 300. They were only paying Deion Sanders $300,000. Yes, it is less than $1 million. So, Colorado. Plus, he was doing a whole bunch of stuff for Jacksonville. Not to mention the fact on his first game, some hood rats robbed his office. Guess how much Colorado University of Colorado wants to pay him? $5 million a year. I believe his contract is for yes. Only $300,000. The University of Colorado wants to pay him $5 million a year. I believe he has a contract for $25 million, which is about what, 4 years? Decisions. $300,000 versus $5 million. $300,000 versus $5 million. And shout out to Philip Scott. He pointed out that a lot of these HBCUs are secretly ran by the Bougier and the NAACP. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with that. But yeah, $300,000 versus $5 million a year. Hard to beat. Is he a sellout? Seriously. It is what it is. But black folk are mad at him because he decided to go with the money. Me personally, I have no problem with him going to the University of Colorado. He did what was best for him. I'm with UWC. Mr. Primetime, and you only pay him $300,000, and he made your team better. Now, here's something else you need to keep in mind. Compare his salary to Nick Saban's. That y'all think Deion Sanders is worth $300,000? Yes, that's a lot of money, but y'all thought he's only worth $300,000. You can't make this stuff up. Now, my last story. Only got 3 stories a day, but on a sadder note, I wanted to give my take on it. My last story, and by the way, if you like the content, hit the Cash App, support the show. My last story, unfortunately, we got to talk about Shanquilla. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, one of these young lady's killer is in custody. I haven't heard much since then, but one of the young ladies is in custody. I believe her name is what is that heifer's name? It's uh wait a minute, let me look that up. What is that heifer's name? Sorry, I can't remember. I can't remember that heifer's name. Oh yeah, Dejanay Jackson. And if you just give me a second, I'm actually going to type her name. I'm going to share my screen just a little bit. I'm going to type her name in. There's a reason I'm doing this. How you spell that heifer's name? Let me go back here. Let me give me a few seconds, guys. We're gonna talk about Dejanay Jackson for a minute because there's a funny development to this story. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about what happened to Shanquilla. Let me make that clear. But let's see, Dejanay Jackson. We're gonna copy that and we're going to paste it. Dejanay Jackson is who got arrested. And for those of you who don't know, Dejanay is the one who was savagely beating that poor girl in that video. But let's talk about Dejanay Jackson here for a little bit. Now, let me share my screen. Once again, if you like the content, hit the Cash App, support the show. Let's present, share screen. Microsoft Edge. There we go. Here's a picture of Dejanay Jackson. So, an interesting development in this story is apparently the Mexican authorities thought that Dejanay was a man. No, and I'm not joking about that. They thought Dejanay was a man. Now, let me clarify. This is not because of the knuckleheads online talking about that she's a transformer. That's been debunked. She's not a transformer. She's a whole female, and apparently, I heard she had some kids. So she's a whole female. But the Mexican authorities thought she was a man because, well, in Mexico, where that resort they were at, the maids kept seeing her take her wig off. And the maids in that little reservoir they were at thought she was a man because she kept taking her wig off. Now, keep this context in mind. Keep this context in mind. Most women in Mexico have their natural hair. Most women in Mexico don't wear wigs like black women do. They wear their natural hair. They don't wear wigs like these black heifers do. By the way, if you're just coming to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And when they kept seeing this heifer take her wig off, by the way, if you unfortunate enough to see that video, um, her wig flies off while she's savagely beating Shanquilla. And but to ladies in Mexico, they thought it was a man because she had that wig, kept taking her wig off, and that's understandable. Now, as far as I'm concerned, all of her so-called friends should be arrested. For those of you who don't know, she went to Mexico with 6 friends. Um, she died there. Her 6 friends went back to North Carolina, where they're from, and continuously lied to her parents and dropped off her luggage at her parents' house. And then went back over her parents' house multiple times to lie to them. So, as far as I'm concerned, all all the men and the women, no, excuse me, the males and the females, all of them involved need to go to jail. And truth be told, Dejanay is going to snitch on them anyway. So we're going to see what's going to happen over the next few weeks. Look, I know we can be hard on black women, but this chick right here reminds me of one of my nieces, and it's one of the reasons I've called this story out. She reminds me of one of my nieces. This could have been one of my nieces. Hell, it could have been one of my cousins. What they did to Shanquilla was wrong, and I hope she gets justice. I sincerely hope she gets justice. But that's enough of that story. Hmm. Uh. Well, right now that I gotten that out of the way, now that I've gotten my stories out of the way, if 1 second, if anybody wants to come up, you can do so now. But yeah, those have been your current events today, folks. Hakeem Jeffries, snap, is your new minority leader. From everything I've heard, he's pretty much as a white ranker as Joe Biden, apparently, based on what I've heard about him. But we're gonna see what he's gonna do, which is probably not much of anything. There's my rootin' and tootin' trucker. What's going on, man?
Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Loud
top of the evening to you, fam. I just had to come up here and support you. You know, I told you, we get down, we down. ABAF, wherever we go, we do it together. We go represent and
yes,
let these
sir.
people know. Say, man, you know, I was been on Roger's show early this morning,
Yeah.
and boy, we had a humdinger on that one, man. We had one of the JSU alumni on there, Young Buck. You know,
Um.
congratulations to him, proud of him, whatnot. But you know, he's like most of them down there, delusional. You asking
Uh,
the man, you asking the man who they made in his career, well over $300,000. This man took a job to be a head coach for $300,000 when we know he is worth so much more. Done
yes, sir.
absolute fabulous job. Done what he had to do. You think he gonna sit there and keep going through that and fighting the state and fighting the city just to make sure his players got water, let alone them
Wow.
dorms
Are you serious?
still. Man, you remember a couple months back, before he did the 60-minute interview, he
Oh,
was
that's right. That's right. He's in Jackson. Yeah, I
he,
forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah, he was up there fighting with the state of Mississippi, fighting with the city of Jackson, just to make sure they can have functional water. They was having to boil. They couldn't even boil water. They had was
Yeah, you couldn't
qualified
even
for
use the water.
Yeah, they were trying to find ways to get water just so they could run the practices, make sure the players had enough drinking water just for not just hydration, but after when they go
Right,
out the battle, they both had no water, at all whatsoever. Can't wash your ass, nothing, and these mamas and daddies gave these boys to him to look after. This is
right.
what people not understanding. And he's got to fight with all these people. He come in to facilities way more subpar than a Texas junior high school. That's how
Mm,
bad that's how ran down these facilities are in Mississippi. This is what they don't want to tell you. Oh, Jackson State pride, this and that. You travel well, this and that, but you don't put back into your university. But this man comes and he infuses your university with dollars and cents through his connections. Gets Walmart to come in there and build a practice field with the practice field they had before was gutter and trash. Had people come through there to build up the athletic facility because even the athletic facility where the players had to practice and train to get treated. Man, subpar. He done all that. Then
that's
on
crazy.
top of that, out of the 3 years of the 4 year contract he did on, what? He go 10-1, 10-2, and then 11-0, and he still go coach the last game, the ball game for you. He done gave. But when somebody come at you with $5 million, you got a year per year for 5 years. That's
Yep,
25
I'm
goddamn
taking that
million.
deal.
That's 20.
I'm
I'm
taking that
gone.
deal.
I'm gone. And you, oh, he sold us a pipe dream. Hey, AB, you gonna have to hold on a second. I'm gonna keep talking to you, but my earbuds about to go out, so I'm gonna put them up and then let the phone switch it over. All right.
All right. Yeah, that's crazy though. Mm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, okay. He goes through all of that, leads his team to two winning seasons, two strong winning seasons, gets recruits in there and whatnot. He got to go. I think what they more mad about is he taking dang near a dozen players with him. He's yeah, okay, of
Yeah.
course. They
Okay.
disciples of Dion. They didn't sign for Jackson State and that mediocre bullshit. They could have went to any Power 5 D1 in the country and got hell of a stipends per week. We ain't even gonna talk about the stipends they be giving their boys down there in the SWAC in the predominantly HBCUs versus PWI. Man, these boys sign these dang letters of intent not to
Mm-hmm.
go play for some school because that school's the baddest in the land or they the best. No, when it come down to it, they asking the hard tough question. How much about getting a stipend pay? Because they come from nothing. And
Yep.
they got to be able to feed themselves also. Yeah, we all know the school go provide three hots and a copper steel. Boys eat.
Some don't provide that, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, most don't. But the boys eat and boys want to do stuff, and they want to have some pocket change in their pocket.
Fact.
And before this transfer portal stuff, and then before you decide, the NCAA decided, oh, we're gonna let the players find a way to get paid through signing their own endorsement. This stuff. No, I come from the age where you didn't get none of that. What none of you? All you got was a stipend. And
Mm.
you had to live off of a make do. Now, I do come from that time where if the boosters wanted to put something in your pocket, but that was wink, wink, nod, nod, turn your head, keep your mouth shut type stuff. What don't hurt, what mama don't know won't kill her type stuff. But if it
Right.
comes to light and the NCAA find that, oh well, your school got put on probation. Big whoop-de-doo deal. But that was the Power Fives in the PWIs that had to deal with that. Why? Because they're the ones with the cash in the envelope handing it to the poor black boy. These black universities can't do that. They just can't. So you mad because Goliath come to take David, but you ain't got Goliath type money.
Mm.
He got to go. And we all know who we dealing with. This is Neon Dion Primetime Sanders.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jump ship for a championship and jump ship for a buck all day long. Okay. Well, the diehard Lord Oscar, we know his MO. We ain't mad at him. We knew that's what he was going to do. First opportunity, crack break. And then you got to understand the other factor in this they ain't paying attention to. He got a chance to get his youngest son in the National Football League.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, how much easier is it gonna be for him to get him there at a PWI with cameras on you at all times versus you having to talk your way and hustle your way and flash and dash your way, pull all the tricks in your wheelhouse just to get the ESPNUs and the ESPN2s to come see you and pay attention. Yeah, kudos to Jackson State because he did that for you and he got you the most TV exposure that you done had since you ain't never had. I'm talking about prime time, not that local stuff for that we would the stations that just cover SWAC and black college football. You can catch it here and there. Back in the day when we was growing up, BET used to show it. That was how I got my first glimpse of black college football. I said, well, okay, they do ball hard, but why they ain't coming to recruit us? This is what we were at, man. I remember watching the 60-minute story when the reporter asked him, were you ever recruited by a PW? Were you ever recruited by HBCU? He told him no, and the dude gave him a stern look back like he was ready to, all right, I got me a breaking story. Why not? Because they ain't never come after him. They had the chance to come after him, just like the Florida States and the Miamis and the Floridas and whatnot. You got FAMU down there. And we all know FAMU is bad. We've been knowing this for years. They got talent. They got fly colors. They got the honeys there. Why wouldn't y'all try to recruit this boy? Because guess what? Y'all always would keep a defeatist attitude. We just don't stand a chance. But look, he come to your school and he say, why not? And he go and recruit the same way you had the chance to. But guess what? He could pull him in. But yeah, we know why he could pull him in. He's Neon Dion. And y'all mad that's what y'all lose. He brought in so much, but y'all could barely give him the matching amount. When you look, I knew about the 5-year deal for $5 million, but when you just like me that he was, I put in your chat, maybe 1.1. I'm like, all right, at least I know they're giving him 1.1. I mean, come on, that's deep. When you said 300,000, I'm like, I bet not see somebody come up on these YouTube streets talking that Dion we shouldn't have never. Man, I'm gonna rip them a new one. I promise you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, everything, I'm like, 300,000, nigga. That's one of his houses. That's one of his houses. That's one of his houses. Let's just keep it a buck. That might be one of his cars.
If only one.
And y'all want to go off on this man like he did Jackson State wrong? Well, we got the Ocean Soul, and we got the band, and he said band don't bring in what football do. Nope. Football generates revenue. Band don't generate revenue.
In colleges, and I've seen it live. Football is the money-making sport.
Oh, you ain't lying.
That's how the ESPNU or ESPN Plus was able to exponentially grow because no one else took the time or the nerve to go recruit the schools to broadcast them. And ESPN Plus stuck a finger in the face of all these other networks that were supposedly, and I underline and capitalize the word supposedly.
No, man, you were old enough to remember in the early, mid 80s, all the way up to that about 90. I think they stopped showing black college football. No, about 92, 90, 89, 90 they stopped.
I will give you the exact year they stopped showing college.
BET used to show us black college football on Saturdays. That's how I used to catch the Howard games because we had a quarterback from my hometown who, when I was a freshman, when I was in the 8th grade, he was a senior, leaving John H. Reagan to go play quarterback for Howard. Donald Carr. So I was like, I got to follow my man. How am I gonna follow my man? And the only way I could follow him was through BET Sports, because you knew back then ESPN wasn't showing him.
Nope.
There was no ESPN.
Back then, 89, 90, they didn't have the nerve to show them. But now ESPN grew a set and said, you know what, let's try it. And the year that they started sinking their teeth in,
Steve Air McNair and Alcorn State.
Yep, that was the exact year. And that year was 1994.
Yep, 94, 95.
1994 is when Air McNair hit the waves.
And you know why too? You know why too, Snowman? It was only because he was having to throw in yard numbers 2 and 3 times what white boys ever had to throw in a season. For their career, he was having to throw numbers like that's why he got the moniker Air McNair, and that's why. Well, let's go see what this Air McNair is about.
He was doing what David Klingler was in Houston. The difference is David Klingler had the Southwest Conference and the Southwest Conference Network backing him up, which at the time was Home Sports Entertainment.
But before Klingler, remember, it was Ware doing it, and Ware did it on probation with no TV coverage and got a Heisman out of it.
Got a Heisman. Andre Ware.
Wow.
And
I just learned some history right there.
Yeah, Andre Ware won a Heisman with a school that was on probation.
Yes,
they were
in the real South, not the SWAC, the real SWC,
the Southwest Conference, Houston, TCU, Texas,
Texas
Tech, Rice, Baylor,
A&M, Texas, SMU, TCU, and when Arkansas left us, that was the demise that started it all.
That was it. When Arkansas left in 1990, it started the demise of the Southwest Conference, because right after that, they appeared in the SEC and they started getting the revenue, and the Southwest Conference crumbled.
They literally told that Southwest Conference, we go to the SEC, we go lose for 2+ decades, but get paid. And that's what they did.
Exactly.
They went there to lose. They was winners in the SWC. They could win and fight and then go to the bowl games and sometimes beat a Alabama or beat a LSU or beat a Florida, here and there. But they would give a good fight, but then they thought, okay, we're strong enough just as one state, because they had an identity inferiority complex to the state of Texas. We had all the teams in Texas, and they was at one state on our border that was like, you're part of the conference, but you not. And they looking at the map going, well, let's just go join the SEC. We'll be all right. Man, they was getting their heads banged in year after. You know what saved them, Snowman? What saved them was 40 Minutes to Hell. Nolan Richardson. The basketball. The basketball is what saved them, because I don't think Arkansas has won I don't think they've won an SEC championship in football. I think they went one time and got blown out.
1990.
Blown out. They have never been able to win a championship in football. Now, basketball, Nolan Richardson and them Hogs, oh yeah, they gave the whole nation from UNLV to everybody here.
And remember 1991, when they were just newly minted, excuse me, in the SEC. They were just newly minted in the SEC. Who did they invite to come play them? The defending national champion, Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yep.
Played him at Barnhill Arena, and it was a CBS broadcast. And where ESPN got the idea? You know where ESPN got the idea to start televising, but more consistently, the HBCUs? I'll tell you the exact game where they got the idea. The Bayou Classic. Because NBC.
But this is the crazy part about it. They never really covered that classic. You know who covered that classic year in the year? NBC. NBC had the rights to that game.
Had the rights to two things. They had the rights to Notre Dame, and they had the rights to the Bayou Classic.
Yep. And that's the only time, and I know you know what I'm talking about, Snowman. That's the only time you got to see Grambling and Southern play. Other than
Yes.
that, you didn't get to see no
No
SWAT team play.
no SWAT
No,
teams, no HBCUs play.
none.
None.
Hey,
None.
Snowman, I've been keeping up this season. Who's in the running for the national championship?
The top 4 teams go Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State.
Let me find that TCU
Ooh,
something this year. I ain't even finna lie to you,
And
Snowman. You know what you ain't been
I'm
seeing me
calling
on
for
your
an upset.
show?
I am calling for an upset.
You know why you ain't been seeing me on your shows? Because I done pretty much gave up on actively watching professional sports. Now I play the hell out of
You
them on
dig
this
it?
video game, but
You
I'm
dig it?
not watching them like that no more because the games are not pure anymore.
They're not,
Everything is
they're not
rigged.
fun.
Yeah,
They're not
it's not
fun.
fun. Everybody, well, we got to make super teams and this and that. I remember you. Look at here. I'm gonna
Talk
be.
to me. Talk
I
to me.
might not like Charles Barkley as an announcer, but as a basketball player, look at here.
Dog. He was a
Look,
dog. He
I
was an
don't like
absolute
you. You don't
madman.
like me. I'm gonna try to win this thing with my team and my team. I ain't finna go. Look, I know Mike's my friend, but ain't no way in hell I'm gonna swallow that much of my pride and beg Mike. Mike, can you talk to the fat man and try to get me traded over there so I could give me? He didn't do that. We didn't do that back then. Whatever team.
no, they didn't.
That's why.
And you
That's
wonder,
team Elijah Warren is my. He go to the day I die. Guess what? I could have been them both. I could have left. I seen stardom in the early 80s when I upset the Lakers and I fell up short against the Celtics. Shouldn't have, but Ralph didn't want to cover my back. That's all right. I'm gonna grind this. That here come 9-3, 9-4, 9-4, 9-5. I'm a back-to-back champion. And I'm gonna make them love me.
here's where
That's
I
how,
began.
that's how the game's supposed to be. Whatever team you win, that's the team you win until they say they
Team
go
you're-
get
That's,
rid of.
that's the
Go
And
team.
ahead,
you,
That's the
Snowman.
team you're loyal to. That's the team you're loyal to until you retire.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
That's the
they
team you are
get
loyal
rid of
to
you.
until you retire. This is
Kobe,
why I don't
anybody?
watch. This is why I don't watch the NBA in essence anymore. I didn't even watch the finals. All I did to make my assessments was watch the highlights, and I kind of figured it was going to play out the way it was going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you this, in AL,
Let
I
me
know
find out that's how you doing it too, Snowman. That's how I relegate the. They say you still be how you can. I'm gonna tell you who gonna win. For all I gotta do is just sit back and watch the pre and the post and who what people talking about, and I'm gonna sit back and go. Well, I knew what team was strong before this, what team
yep.
wasn't, and what team was building and what team ain't, and who's talking about who to be consistent and who's not. But then I flat out ignored a second. What you say? What you gotta call it? The bar homosexual James
Bron,
fan club.
Bron
bron,
sexuals.
bronsexuals,
The bar sexual.
bronsexuals.
Yeah. See, I don't play none of them no mind.
I
You know how
had
you
AL. Listen, I had AL in the morning. We had AL in the chat one Wednesday morning, and we just happened to bust out the bronze sexual confessions. And I had the feeling AL Evans walked away holding his stomach, laughing after we unleashed that.
Mm-hmm.
But now we
Yeah,
mad.
hit the cash app, support the show. Go ahead.
yeah, hit the like button
Would,
too.
would y'all AB, would you mind if I threw my cash up in the back chat?
Yeah.
Would that be all right? Okay. But it's what you said, AL. There's no loyalty anymore. None.
Yeah, I'm like, and then I mean, I played, man. You really, Snowman. I'm having some early onside effects of this CTE from my years of playing. So
Yeah.
between that and going through life and whatnot, just it's like I was a pure diehard lover of the word sport and,
Yeah.
to compete and to be a gladiator and give blood, sweat, and tears and practicing for the game and for the love of the game, for the game to rape me and do me like it did and all the heartaches and then the politicking with coaches and this and that. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know it's an ass kissing game when it gets with the high and high you get, man. If coach he look over there, stud like Bear Bryce studs. He know he got some studs over there. All right, well I got so many studs. I know I ain't got to deal with you. But you just but some of the studs you talking about, they ain't no killers. They just physical studs. Do you want a killer on your team or you want a stud? See,
Mm.
I grew up with playing with a pack of killers. We was taught and coached. Don't nobody make no first down. Don't nobody score on us. We gotta go undefeated. We will go undefeated. Now, that's the
Anybody
type of coaching I deal with. No mercy.
Titans
Show them none.
all night. Blitz all night.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I grew up on. You give no inch for no quarter measure. No, we not playing. But now it's like if everybody want to be a friend of somebody, somebody want let me see how I can embarrass you. No, we embarrass you by wearing our uniform a certain way, going out there playing hard, beating you, shaking your hand after the game, and leaving.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's
The
how. That's
game is
exactly how we do that.
playing. And then
But they
the day I lost the love for the game was when they started doing my former quarterback so raggedy. I looked up and seen the highlights last night. I'm like, so you finally let him back in the game to play. And what you do it the week he got to go and play Houston. So I got to, you think I'm going to sit here and watch my former quarterback play my team, and my team is trash now because I watched my owners just self imploded by allowing the dumbest coach in the world and this is what AB, I mean, Snowman and AB, well, especially Snowman, this should really make you laugh. I'm going to show you the irony of how this man single handedly destroyed my team, sent away my quarterback, my wide receiver, my defensive end, gets fired, still manages to get a job with the most talented, strongest team in the nation. Why that smart ass coach would hire? That's why I say it ain't nothing but a white boy political network. Ain't nowhere in hell anybody in the world should hire Bill O'Brien ever again. Now guess what? Who you say the 4 teams getting ready to play for the national championship is? And guess who ain't up in there? Alabama. Why? Who's at Alabama trying to coach their quarterback when you couldn't even coach uh, Watson or these NFL men? You're trash. I've been telling people Bill O'Brien is trash. Somebody need to leave his ass in New England and let Bill Belichick secretly choke him to death. Because everything he touches, it turns from sugar to shit. And I promise you, that's why Alabama ain't where they're at. When I said, oh, he at Alabama now. Oh, Nick Saban, you serves you right. You reap and look, and they got this transfer portal thing going on, Snowman. You got kids jumping ship left and right. None of that went on when I was growing up and playing. We would have salivated over there, and the ability to get paid too. We had to rely on the thing called a stipend. You sign with the best school who's gonna give you the best stipend, period, so you can survive. And then if you know you went to a good enough school, maybe here and there, like I was saying earlier, AB, Snowman, though, they might slide you an envelope here, an envelope there if you play good. But now everything is haywire.
That's crazy.
That's why I'll be Snowman. I want to go up there. So I can't. All I can do is reminisce. Because if I talk about what's now, I get mad. I can't, and I'll cuss, and I don't want to cuss and mess up your daytime talk show. So that's why you don't see me, Snowman. So I'm giving you my reasons and my apologies now, homie. That's why.
Yeah.
Hey, the love for it.
I'm about to shut down AL. I still gotta eat my dinner.
Go ahead, man. It's good talking to you. Appreciate your show and your time, and go keep supporting.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Catch you later.
All right, folks. That's the show for today. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. And hair grease, as Art Nustal would say. Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.